6:35 now, and on average, about 70% of women will have uterine fibroids by the time they hit menopause. But one group is diagnosed at a higher rate than others.
Yeah, Fox 61's Symphony Privet looks into why black women are 2 to 3 times more likely to get them.
My mother had a hysterectomy due to uterine fibroids. My oldest sister has had a hysterectomy due to uterine fibroids. I've had cousins on that side of the family have also had a myectomy to treat uterine fibroids.
Shayla Compton had been experiencing some discomfort while working out and decided to get it checked out.
It wasn't an acute pain, but I could feel something, below the surface, below muscle that was moving. And then I also started to notice some abnormal times when a menstrual cycle would start or stop, or the flow of a menstrual cycle would be pretty heavy compared to a few cycles before.
After a visit to the OB/GYN, she was diagnosed with uterine fibroids in February 2020.
During the pelvic exam with my OB/GYN, she definitely was able to tell that there was at least 2 or 3 uterine fibroids that were present there. And thankfully immediately gave me a referral for a vaginal ultrasound, which confirmed the fibroids there, but also gave more detail about the location and the size of the uterine fibroids.
St. Francis Hospital OB/GYN Dr. Soana Laguerre says some women tend to seek medical attention for fibroids down the line and may be more symptomatic by then.
Culturally, some people might say, oh, it's a period. It's supposed to be heavy and painful. Some families are like that. Yeah, you get heavy periods, and they normalize it, or someone may normalize it, to them, which is not always the case. There could be perception of systemic racism in terms of like presenting to the hospital for evaluation because of fear that their complaints or concerns might not be taken as serious, or for whatever reason.
I asked Dr. Laguerre why Black women face this condition more often than others. She says it's actually unclear why that is the case.
There is suspected that there's a genetic element or predisposition for this. However, there's no specific gene that has been identified to be the cause of this. Other associations in some small studies that they've noted is that maybe it's related to obesity or vitamin D deficiency, which are slightly more prevalent in African American women.
She says there's no answer to pinpoint why women even develop fibroids, but there are some risk factors associated with it, including being premenopausal, a family history of the condition, the amount of time between births, high blood pressure, and obesity. Uterine fibroids can range in number, size, shape, and location, and some women can have them without showing any symptoms, but others may experience heavy or prolonged bleeding.
They end up coming to the hospital and they're significantly anemic with low hemoglobins, and they require blood transfusion. Another
symptom, dull menstrual cramps, and what Dr. Laguerre calls bulk symptoms like pressure in the pelvis, constipation, or frequent urination. What's normal for one woman may not be for another. That's why Dr. Laguerre says it's important to talk to a doctor about your experiences. Compton works with the Center for Black Health and Equity, an organization that does outreach work with communities to help women take charge of their health and make them aware of resources available to them.
Common does not mean normal, and that you are deserving of having your concerns heard and not being dismissed by any provider or even by, family members. If you're experiencing pain on a routine basis, if you are making decisions that are limiting your ability to be active in your life and, affecting your quality of life, that you're not alone.
Symphony Privet, Fox 61 News.